What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and welcome into another video. We're gonna be hopping back into the Great League with a team that got me a 13-game win streak. Absolutely insane. I know it's just the start of the season, but man, it feels good to get that big of a win streak. It's gonna be Aurorus and double grass in the back, and Aurorus jump left core with having two grass type Pokemon that can deal with fighting type Pokemon, that being Aerial Ace and Fairy Wind from jump left, and Superior just has some nice bulk to it, as Aurorus is gonna be taking double super effective damage from those fighting type Pokemon. So let's hop into these battles here and check out the team. So Aurorus, I thought it would be a great pick. You can honestly just choose any ice type that you want. I think Alolan Sandslash will work good too as well. Although Aurorus does have a little bit more bulk than Alolan Sandslash, but Alolan Sandslash has a different kind of coverage, that being Drill Run instead of Meteor Beam. So good game to my opponent there. They just top left after getting kind of RPS. So second battle into the game, I guess it was an air battle, not too sure on that one, but again, second battle, good, decent lead. They're gonna hop into an Azumarill. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna bank a boat ton of energy and then try to catch the play rough here onto my Superior. They end up throwing the Ice Beam after over farming quite a bit there. Ice Beam is not gonna be enough to one shot this Superior, but it's going to put it into a range where a second Ice Beam is going to be able to KO. Now, bubbles are going to be resisted, so I'm going to throw this Frenzy Plant. I'm going to slightly undercharge it so I can get more energy coming out of this matchup, so I can potentially get to two Aerial Aces against this Drapion when it wants to come back in. I am down a shield, but I have a lot of energy stored on my Aurorus, and I have a lot of energy here on my Superior. So first Aerial Ace coming in, that does some decent damage, and I decide to go for the Frenzy Plant here. I think Frenzy Plant, even though being resisted, is going to do a lot more damage, as maybe I should have just went for the two Frenzy Plants, and that definitely would have knocked out the Drapion. So even resisted damage is going to be doing, I think, a little bit better than that Aerial Ace is, because Frenzy Plant hits like a truck. They hop into a Primarina, a waterfall Primarina as it is, and I'm going to go straight here for the Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam, hopefully going to grab the shield or definitely knock out this Primarina, and this is exactly what we want here. So I know this thing can run Disarming Voice and probably Hydro Cannon as its legacy move, as it just had the community. So I know Jump Left is going to be able to survive two Disarming Voices, so not really too threatened on that. And unfortunately, I am running Acrobatics here on this Jump Left, so we do get baited. I throw one Fairy Wind and then catch the move here onto the Superior. I don't know if we would have survived the crunch from our health range we were at. Didn't want to risk it and get Poison Jab down, so we just caught the move. GG's to my opponent. Very well played. Unfortunately, got the catch in the end game to win us the game. So hopping into the next matchup here, Aurorus into Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is probably going to be the superior charmer out of everything, so I'm going to throw 10 Powder Snows and then the Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam is going to do massive damage, but it grabs a shield, boosting our attack ever so slightly. I'm going to farm up back to the Meteor Beam and then hop into my Superior after seeing this Gastrodon come in. Gastrodon got a couple Mud Slaps off, but we can take a couple Body Slams, plus that Earth Power is going to be resisted, so I'm not worried about all these Body Slams coming in, as Superior can tank quite a bit of damage here, plus their fast move is going to be resisted anyways. So we have the back-to-back Frenzy Plants locked and loaded. I will shield once here, just to preserve some energy here, and then go for this Frenzy Plant here. Frenzy Plant is going to do a astronomical amount of damage to that Wigglytuff, even being debuffed, and I can go for one Vine Whip and then the Aerial Ace, hop into my Aurorus, go for the combo play, because I'm assuming they're going to have double water in the back, which they're not. It's double ground, even though Ice is doing super effective damage. We also have the Jump Left and the Superior to do some massive super effective damage as well. But Weather Ball, two Weather Balls don't take out this Diggersby, so I decided to come in here with the Superior, eat the damage here, and then I think I have a Shield Up with Jump Left. Yeah, Shield Up, Jump Left, just has to get to this Aerial Ace, but we Fairy Wind them down. So GG's, well played to my opponent. Aurorus didn't get above this season, nor did Superior, but they were already good Pokemon. With the lack of fighting types, I think Aurorus is going to be even better, and Fairy Wind got that buff, so Jump Left is probably going to be the top flyer of this meta. So Abomasnow into Aurorus. A little bit of a core breaker. They could probably one-shot us here with the Energy Ball, but we get baited with the Weather Ball as well. So I'm going to farm back up, throw the Weather Ball. Maybe I should have farmed all the way up to the Meteor Beam to force a second shield, because that is not enough damage to knock out the Abomasnow. But I will shield this move up. Energy Ball would do quite a lot of damage, and I do not want to have this thing on any of my grass types. So I'm going to throw the Weather Ball bait, and we get the shield, which is absolutely amazing. All shields down. my superior can take an ice beam. It's tanky enough to take the ice beam, and we should just be able to outpace here to the frenzy plant, getting rid of this massive alligator here. See you later for alligator. Left, right, good night. You love to see that thing gone. Ice beam, double super effective damage on the jump up. They do not have enough energy here for the energy ball, so I'm going to come back in with the Aurorus, throw a couple powder snows, and then get to the weather ball right before they get to their move. So amazing here for us as the weather ball comes in, and then out comes an Azumarill, and I'm like, ah, crap. Did I make a mistake here? We're gonna throw on 7 energy ball, gonna do a lot of damage. We are shadow, but it's not enough to one-shot the Azumarill. And I'm wondering here, is this ice beam gonna be enough to one-shot? No, it's not. Jump up is an absolute G. Double super effective damage, takes it on the chin. Able to get to the second energy ball and taking out the Azumarill. That's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent here. So hopping into the next matchup, an amazing lead here. Clodsire into Aurorus. They can take a couple weather balls and we can take 1 stone edge, but our pacing is going to give us the advantage here. Being able to get to the weather balls on 5 and 4, where it's going to take them 7 then 6 to get to each stone edge. So I'm going to farm up 5, throw the weather ball here. I could have farmed up 6 to throw out the CMP tie, but yeah, definitely should have thrown on 6. Maybe that. No, they were able to live that 1 HP. So I'm going to let this move go through. I'm going to come in with the superior. I'm going to get a massive farm down and then see what they want to bring in. It's a Dugong. Oh no, this is absolutely horrible here. Going for the frenzy plant. It gets no shielded. What is absolutely happening here? Able to outpace here to the aerial ace. I think my opponent's trying to bank on some energy, and a Gastrodon in the back. That was a weird game. I think they could have pulled that game out for some reason with the Dugong, but either way, we take the 5-0 set. You'll love to see it. Hopping into the next set here. Aurorus into Marowak. This is a pretty decent lead for us. We're both doing super effective damage to each other. I know they're going to reach the Bone Club after 4, so I will shield up just to preserve some health here. I do have 2 bear answers in the back, but now they decide to come in with the Dugong. I'm like, okay, let's throw their Meteor Beam, see if they know what moveset we're running. They decide to shield the first one. I'm going to throw 4 more and the next Meteor Beam. They don't even get to throw a move off. We have 2 Meteor Beams. That one left, right, good night. Boosted Meteor Beam, taking out Dugong. Dugong is an absolutely bulky Pokemon. They throw the Bone Club at the superior. Definitely want to throw the Rock Slide. I'm going to throw 4 more as these Mud Slaps are not doing a lot of damage. Bone Club was resisted, and Rock Slide with that nerf isn't going to be doing a whole lot of damage anyways. So they decide to hop in with the Toxapex here. We have the Frenzy Plant locked and loaded. That does some decent damage on that bulky Pokemon. We're going to get this thing very low with the second Frenzy Plant here. This is nice chip damage, and I'm going to hop back into my Aurorus. That 50-second clock timer coming in clutch here. Being able to absorb that brine. Well, absorb it. Left, right, good night, Aurorus, and we just come in here with the Jump Bluff, get the Aerial Ace off before they get to the Sludge Wave, and then Jump Bluff is going to be taking care of that Marowak in the front. So my opponent just decides to close the app with a shield up. They would have lost that game anyways. It wouldn't really matter, but what I'm going to do here, just because they didn't top left, I'm going to go for the Energy Ball. Energy Ball going to be massive overkill, taking out this Marowak and the rest of its family. See you later, Marowak, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. Next time, just top left. Save everybody some time. So hopping into the next matchup here, we have Aurorus into Golurk. Another one of those matchups where we're both doing super effective damage to each other, but they decide to hop into a Licky Licky. I'm going to farm up some energy and then come into my Superior. Now Superior would have did very well against that Golurk as well, but I think it has a little bit of a better matchup against Licky Licky, as those rollouts were doing super effective damage onto my Aurorus, as Rock does not resist Rock. So could have came in here with the Jump Bluff, but again, I would have been taking super effective damage. They get to the Shadow Ball. I get to this Aerial Ace just before we get knocked out, which is honestly perfect for us. And they elect to no shield that, which is quite fine by me. I decide to come in here with the Aurorus just to get that Golurk off, catch him offset, but unfortunately they're able to catch there on the Dunsparce. And from here I have a clear win condition. Just save 2 shields for my Jump Bluff, or I shield this one and get the second shield. Yeah. So I shield this one. I'm going to grab the second shield with the next Weather Ball here, after throwing 4 Powder Snows, and then I should be able to finish this game off with Jump Buff here. So 1, and oh, I do decide to switch anyways, so I think I'm going to need 2 Energy Balls to KO anyways. Going to shield up the Rock Side. Gonna be one of the hardest hitting moves left in the game other than Shadow Punch, but I don't think that Golurk is gonna be able to reach a Shadow Punch before we reach Energy Ball. So they decide to catch a move. Good catch by them. Not gonna save them. I will reform quite significantly here. One-shotting the Golurk. Left, right, good night. Getting to the Energy Ball before that Dunsparce reaches a Rock Slide. And I don't even know if Rock Slide would have been enough to KO the jump off from that health range anyways. So GG's, well played to my opponent. So hopping into the next matchup here. Aurorus into Jumpluff. You love to see the leads here today. They hop into a Feraligatr. I hop into my Superior. They're gonna have a shield advantage out of me here, but I'm gonna overfarm to the point where I'm almost at another Aerial Ace, and then I can threaten some Aerial Aces against that Jumpluff, which is gonna do super effective damage. So hopefully we can get the two, put this thing into a range where I can farm down with Aurorus, and then maybe Jumpluff will have play in the back. Let's see. So first Aerial Ace, gonna get no shield. The second one coming through, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Jumpluff does have some nice bulk to it, and I thought I should be switching out here because I was thinking they probably have a Gastrodon back there, but my Jumpluff does pretty fine against Gastrodon too, as they're forced to go to Body Slams, and Body Slam doesn't do a whole lot of damage, especially to the Shadow version of the Jumpluff, which is amazing. So 4 Fairy Winds, and then the move. Energy Ball gonna be enough to vanquish this Gastrodon, but they use a shield. Quick buy by me, just gonna get to another Energy Ball here, and then all I have to do now is make sure they don't catch my next move. So Energy Ball gonna be coming in, that grabs the final shield. Switch clock timers are coming up. I can no shield this move safely. Jumpluff has energy, I could have shielded that, but from here we just get to the Weather Ball, take care of this Jumpluff, and even our Gastrodon or Aurorus is healthy enough where we should be able to get to 2 Weather Balls, so they 2 Weather Balls before we get knocked out, so they're gonna have to expend energy, and we're very close to an Aerial Ace anyways. So gonna let this move go through. Earth Power, taking out the Aurorus. 2 more Fairy Winds to the Grass, Energy Ball, and Energy Ball takes care of the Gastrodon. It's gonna be a good game, well played. I should have thrown 4 Fairy Winds, but I just wanted to make sure I got the move off. Didn't really matter anyways, but to be clear on good timing, it should have been 4. A little bit of a core breaker on the lead here. Alolan Sandslash into my Aurorus. Gonna have to shield up this move. Throw one would do massive, super effective damage. I can't swap out into my my Superior or my Jumpluff, as they would take super effective damage themselves. Meteor Beam gets shielded up. I'm gonna shield up this move, and then it's 5 to the 3rd Drill Run, so I'm gonna throw 4, and then I'm gonna bait with the Weather Ball. I'm gonna pivot into my Superior here after throwing 1. And hopefully catching the Drill Run, which is going to be resisted. So thankfully we did that, put ourselves a little bit ahead of the game here. I know 1 Ice Punch is not going to be enough to KO. Ice Punch coming in almost takes us out, not enough. We get to the Frenzy Plant. Now this is not going to be enough to KO either, but they're not going to get enough energy to get to an Ice Punch against my Aurorus here. So Weather Ball going to be coming in, taking care of that massive core breaker, and then they have a Gastrodon on the back. All I have to do here is overfarm a lot of energy because they're staying in with the Gastrodon, so they probably have another water type in the back. I wanted to make sure I had enough energy to outpace a Feraligatr potentially to the next Energy Ball, so I almost farm up to the back-to-back here. Energy Ball going to be taking out this Gastrodon. Left, right, good night. It's a Marowak in the back, so I'm throwing 4, and then the Energy Ball here. Energy Ball going to be doing massive damage. Hard pivoting into my Aurorus, 1 Powder Snow, and then the move, and we're going to take that game. Nice, clean game there. GG's, well played. They were triple weak. Oh no, they were double weak in the back to grass types. So, woo. Alolan Sandslash kind of scary, but we kind of played out of it. So, great lead for us here, and they are staying in this matchup, which kind of tells me that they are very weak in the back. So, Weather Ball going to be coming in. That does massive damage, and from here, I can just shield up the Energy Ball, and then get the full farm down here. And coming out of this matchup with a lot of energy. Out comes a Licky Licky. I decide to go for the Meteor Beam. Straight for the harder hitting move. Meteor Beam, that does gonna do a lot of damage, but now we are even shield, excuse me, sorry. And I come in with the Superior. Superior is gonna hit with a couple Body Slams. Not really too worried. Superior Superior has some very nice bulk to it. Shadow Ball, that does a lot of damage, and this Licky Licky is gonna be able to survive this area or Frenzy Plant pretty nicely, but they decide to shield, which makes me think, again, they're gonna be weak in the back. I want to get this Frenzy Plant damage off, as I don't want to take too much rock rollout damage on my Jumpluff. So I'm gonna be able to get to this Frenzy Plant, and then from here I can just let my Superior go down, but I decide to catch the Body Slam on my Jumpluff. Thinking that there's going to be a water type back there, I almost stored another frenzy plant, so being able to catch that, my opponent just tops left, and that's going to be a good game. And another 5-0 set there to end the video off. So this team went absolutely bonkers. As you can see there, we scroll all the way down. There's the 13-game win streak. Team went insane. Oh my gosh, I performed like an absolute top G. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this team. I chose aerial ace because I think pacing is going to be everything rather than acrobatics, because if you can get like 2 aerial ace off, and then by the time everything else goes through, you should be able to switch. So I think pacing, very fast pacing, is gonna be the way to go in this season. So again, thank you all so very much for watching. If you all like the content, please hit that like button, comment if you want to see anything in the future, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because it really helps out the channel and it is greatly appreciated. And we will see everybody in the next video. Bye bye.